Lead magnets are a powerful lead generating strategy, but so many lead magnets are, let's be honest, shit. I'm Dr. Mel Bruce, Professor of Marketing and Digital Marketing Nerd. If you want to create an effective lead magnet, stay tuned as I've combined my decades of marketing experience into 9 simple tips. These tips will help whether you've got a lead magnet already that you want to improve or whether you're just getting started and you want to create a lead magnet that hits the ground running and starts bringing you in those leads. Stick around for my last tip, as it's an advanced level tip that will explode your conversions. My first tip is to ask yourself, do I actually need a lead magnet? Now, I know that everywhere on the internet it talks about lead magnets. I love lead magnets. I believe lead magnets are one of the most effective ways to create a profitable business, particularly a lifestyle-aligned business that uses a lot of automation. Lead magnets are game changers. But is it the best use of your limited resources? If you're just starting out, you have 0 traffic on your website, if you've got less than 100 followers on social, then create content first, validate your niche before you spend all the time and energy creating a lead magnet. A good lead magnet does take time to create. It's worth it because it brings in those leads and because we're going to create an evergreen lead magnet that's going to last for a really long time. In some of my businesses, I've had a lead magnet that I haven't had to make a single change to in over 2 years. So it is worth putting the resources in, but if you don't have an audience at all, if you don't have access to anybody that's going to see your lead magnet, then let's start with creating an audience. Second tip is to create a strategy to nurture and convert. And I know we haven't got into actually creating your opt-in yet, but that's because I want to make sure that you're leveraging that. This channel is about making sure that you're working smarter, not harder. And so by doing this groundwork, even though it might be a little bit boring, will pay off in the future. It will give you really great ROI. The goal of a lead magnet or an opt-in is to create leads so that you can convert them to paying customers. And if you don't have a strategy to nurture them and then convert them, you're wasting your time getting them on your email list. You're just creating vanity metrics where it looks really great and you can feel like you're doing anything, but you're not actually making any money. So if you create a strategy to nurture and convert those leads after they opt in, before you create your opt-in, you can make sure everything is aligned and we've got our customer going along the customer journey really nicely going through your funnel. Number 3, align your opt-in with your product or your service. You can ask yourself, why are they hiring me? Why are they buying from me? What are they buying from me? What is the transformation that they're going to get by buying my product, my service, my online course, whatever it is that you're selling? And then what's one step back from that? What's the thing that they need to do before they buy your product or service? So what's the thing that they need to be thinking about? What do they need by the time that they start working with you? Quite some years, I had a business where I helped people with a PhD turn their knowledge into an online business or knowledge-based business. And the step before working with me to build their business was for them to come up with an idea for their business. So I had a PDF opt-in. It's one step before they work with me was to come up with their ideas. And I had a list of different types of business that someone with a PhD could convert that knowledge into a business. That way, they're ready to then purchase from me because they've got their idea, the general idea of what the business is that they want to create. Currently, my main business is to do digital marketing for clients. And I do a lot of SEO work. And so one step back from that product of implementing SEO is a free SEO audit. Clients need to know that they have problems with their SEO in order to hire me to fix those problems. I have a lead magnet, an opt-in, that is a free SEO audit that then once they have that, they come back to me and say, hey, okay, we can see all these issues. We could do it ourselves, but we don't really have the expertise. Can you do it for us? And they'll hire me. So that is that one step back. The opt-in has to align with your product and service. There's no use me giving out a PDF on ideas how to start a business when I'm trying to sell SEO. There is not the connection between the two. You want it just to be that one micro step before they work with you. Number 4, make sure that whatever you're creating offers real results or solves a real problem for your client and your customer. To do this, it's important to understand your target audience really deeply and know what is it that they need to do, feel before they purchase from you and providing them with that first step. Number 5, it needs to be instantly accessible. I absolutely love automations. I talk a lot about it on this channel because it does allow you to create a lot more freedom in your business. It allows your business to make money for you while you're sleeping or while you're at the beach or while you're on vacation or on a holiday. We can do this through email marketing software. There are some out there that allow automations even on their free versions. If you'd like to know more about different email marketing softwares, leave me a comment below and I'll create a video on that. If you're in the really early stages of your business and you're using a lot of bootstrapping, scraping by, then you can use something like Google Drive to provide access to the product. This also applies if you have a non-passive lead magnet. For example, I used to do free strategy sessions when I had a coaching business. And of course, it's not possible to instantly do every single strategy session as soon as that person signs up. But what we do want is for it to be instantly locked in. So we want it to be bookable straight away. We don't want them to opt in on your website and then you have to send an email or backwards and forwards or send them a few texts to find out what time works for them. Use a piece of software. I have a video that compares Calendly and TidyCal. Check that out if you're looking for a booking software. We do need to make sure that it's not too far in advance. So I would block out my calendar, and you can do that in both of these softwares, where they can only book a certain number of weeks in advance. I recommend 2 weeks. Anything over that, the person's starting to lose interest, they've moved on, someone else has provided them with a solution. Number 6 is there should be instant gratification. We all know how we live these days. We want to be able to feel the results straight away. So put into your opt-in an action that they can take and feel really good about, feel like they're moving forward, feel like they're making progress, and that can help to build that connection with you, knowing that you can provide them with that overall transformation they're looking for from your product or service. Number 7 is to provide huge value, just so much value. They shouldn't believe that it's actually free. It makes them wonder, how much value will I get if I work with this person? If they're giving away all this for free, imagine what I'll get if I spend $1,000 with them, or $6,000 or $49, whatever it is that your product is. That's what we want to get them thinking. Now here, there will be some resistance. Some of you are probably already thinking, well, if I give everything away for free, why are they going to want to work with me? So many people are scared to give away too much. I am a big believer in content marketing and inbound marketing, which is about bringing customers to us. It does take a little bit longer, but it makes selling so much easier. It feels really natural. You're not feeling like you're doing any hard selling. People are looking to you to purchase from you. So let me give you an example. I talked earlier about how I do free SEO audits, and in the past I used to do free strategy sessions. And in those, I gave away everything. The full SEO audit. This is all of the issues that you have. This is how to fix them. I would tell people this is how to fix them. I would put links in there to here's a YouTube video on how to fix it. I'd look on their website and know that what particular plugin they're using for, say, SEO. And I'd say, Yoast has a video on how to fix this issue that you have. And I will put that all in there. You might think, well, I'm giving them too much. Why would they hire me to do it when they can do it themselves? Because people are lazy, they're busy. Most of the people that I work with are running their own business. They probably have about maybe 10 employees, but really they're still in the weeds doing all of the things for their business. They're doing the accounting, they're doing their marketing, they're doing their books, they're doing everything for their business. And so they look at that and they go, oh, I could do it, but Mel's obviously an expert in this and I'm just going to pay her to do it. And so more often than not, people will take that free SEO audit that I give them and they will hire me as a result of that, even though I've given them everything that they need to implement it themselves. The second example is my strategy sessions that I used to do. So these were a 45-minute session and I gave the same value that I would give a paying client. And so I would give them so much and I charge quite a lot per hour. So they're getting for free a huge amount of value from me. And I give them everything. I even make some notes and send them to them afterwards. And same thing. They want help. They need guidance on that journey. For that particular business, these were people who had a PhD, a very, very different background, very different education, obviously very highly educated. They could achieve, if you can achieve a PhD, you can learn anything, but they still want that guidance, they want that support and that help. And because in that strategy session, I gave them everything that I had, give them all the tips and tricks on how to implement things, they come back and go, you know what? Yeah, you told me that I need to look into my, figure out who my target audience is, but I want a little bit more help on that. Can I work with you? And so they'll sign up then. I used to have a 10-week coaching program, and I had about a 50% conversion rate on a free strategy session, which is really, really high, but it's because I gave everything in those sessions. People never felt like I was selling to them. They felt like I was treating them as a client. They felt like a client already. So it's easy to make that transition from that to the next stage. Now, I've given you 2 very high touch ones. This also applies to passive ones as well. So if you've created a PDF, a list of 12 ideas of how to start a business, that's still going to be just jam-packed with value. Now, not jam-packed just for the sake of it, but value, making it really, really useful for your specific target audience. Number 8 is to promote it. You've spent all this time and energy, you've created this perfect opt-in. Now you need to promote it. Put CTAs in your social posts, so call to action. Make sure you've got it on the hero of your web page. So on the home page, above the scroll. So that's the first screen that people see. Your opt-in needs to be there, visible before they scroll down. You need to make sure that it's visible on desktop and visible on mobile devices as well, above the scroll. Make sure you go back through all your old blog posts and add in CTAs. And I'm not just talking about putting in something on the side or at the bottom. Read through your blog posts and find places where it feels natural for them to get your opt-in. If I had a blog post on my website when I used to help PhDs, I would go through and look at any place where I talk about them coming up with a business idea, and then I would add in a sentence after that. And I'd say, if you're struggling to come up with ideas, download my free PDF with 12 ideas of how you can convert your PhD knowledge into a business. So it comes naturally into the blog post as well as on the side as well. We want to put it everywhere. The other one that I really like is to have a pop-up as they exit your services page. If they've been on your services page, there's someone that's highly likely to want to buy from you, to work with you. It's a really great way to capture those people who are interested in your business, but aren't quite ready to make that jump to purchase from you right now. Those are all the standard tips, but I do have one last advanced tip for you. If you've implemented everything that I've spoken about and you want to go to the next level, then this is the tip for you. This tip is to check in after the average amount of time that it would take someone to implement, to take the action, to consume your lead magnet. If you have a low ticket item, this should be automated. So for example, my business ideas PDF, I had an email that would go out 2 weeks after that. And I'd say, hey, it's Mel. I just checking in, seeing how you went with my PDF. And I'd love to hear what idea you're going to go with. No matter how they reply back to me saying, yeah, I've got this great idea, or I'm not really sure, then I would get them to the next level in my funnel. And I'd offer them a free strategy session to work through that, to either tease out their ideas or to get that idea and start to create a solid strategy for them to start their business. For my strategy sessions, I would check in 1 week afterwards, but this was not automated. I had a script, I had some basics that I would work off, and then I would modify it for the individual person because I'd spend 45 minutes with them really learning about their deepest dreams, what they were trying to achieve, where they currently were situated and where they needed to get to, and everything else that was going on in their lives. And so when I'm writing to them, I'm not just going to say, hey, did you implement stuff? I'm not going to have something generic where I say, hey, how have you gone since the strategy session? I'm going to really connect with them. So I'll send them a personalized email that talks about what we discussed in that strategy session and ask them, did they complete the action that they said they were going to take at the end of that session? So there you have it, 9 tips to help you create the perfect lead magnet, start getting those leads into your business, and then start converting them into paying clients and customers. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content to help you to create a business that feels good, you want to work smarter and not harder, then subscribe for more great content